Hello, and welcome to the English Talk Show. I'm Rex.
And I'm Melissa. We are so happy you are here with us today.
This show is for people who are learning English. We tell stories, beautiful, emotional stories. And through those stories, you learn real English, naturally and gently.
Today's episode is called The Last Summer.
That title already feels like something, doesn't it?
It really does. Have you ever had a summer that felt special? A summer you knew was different because you could feel it ending even while it was still happening?
That's what this story is about. Two friends, a lake house, the last days of summer, and feelings that change everything.
So close your eyes if you can, take a breath, and let us take you there.
Chapter 1. Arriving. The lake house was old. The wood was warm and golden from years of summer sun. There were big windows and a long wooden porch. And from the porch, you could see the lake, wide, still, and blue.
Lucas and Emma had come here every summer since they were children. They were best friends. They had grown up together. Same school, same neighborhood, same group of friends. But this summer was different.
In 2 months, they would go to university, in different cities, far apart. This was the last summer they would have like this, and they both knew it.
When Emma stepped out of the car, she breathed in deeply. Pine trees, warm air, the soft sound of water in the distance. She smiled, a real smile, the kind you only make when you are exactly where you belong.
Lucas stood beside her. He looked at the lake, then he looked at her smile. And for just a moment, something moved inside him. Something quiet, something he quickly pushed away.
It still looks the same. It always looks the same. I love that, said Emma.
Yeah, some things don't change, said Lucas.
He said it simply, but there was something in his voice, something soft and a little sad. Emma didn't notice. She was already walking toward the porch, laughing at a memory.
Do you remember we were maybe 9 years old and we tried to build a raft out of those old logs? Said Emma.
And it sank in about 30 seconds, said Lucas. Emma laughed. Lucas laughed too. And just like that, the summer began.
And here is a small English note, just for you. When Lucas said, "Some things don't change," that phrase means that certain things stay the same, even when time passes. It's a simple sentence, but it can carry a lot of feeling.
Okay, I love that. All right, let's keep going because the evening is coming and the lake is waiting.
Chapter 2. The Dock. That first evening, they sat on the dock together. Their feet hung over the water. The sun was going down, slowly, gently, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink and deep, warm red.
The lake was perfectly still. It reflected the sky like a mirror. Somewhere across the water, a bird called out once and then was quiet again.
They didn't speak for a long time, but it wasn't an uncomfortable silence. It was the kind of silence that only two people who truly know each other can share. Warm, easy, full.
I don't want to think about September, said Emma.
Then don't. It's July. We still have all of July, said Lucas.
All of July? That sounds like a lot. But it isn't, is it? Said Emma.
Lucas looked at the water. He watched the last colors of the sun fade slowly from the sky. He didn't answer her question because they both already knew the answer.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't nearly enough, but it was theirs, and that, for now, was everything.
Melissa, that silence they share, that's such a real thing between old friends.
It really is. You know, in English, we sometimes say a silence is comfortable. That means it doesn't feel strange or awkward. It feels safe. That's the silence Lucas and Emma have, a comfortable silence. Remember that phrase, it's a beautiful one.
Chapter 3. On the Water. The days moved the way summer days do, slowly during the morning and then somehow impossibly fast by the afternoon.
One afternoon, they swam in the lake. The water was cold and bright. They laughed and splashed each other like children. Emma climbed onto a large rock near the edge and jumped in, screaming with delight. Lucas laughed so hard he could barely breathe.
Come on, jump! Don't be a coward.
I'm not a coward. I'm just thinking about it. You've been thinking about it for 5 minutes.
He jumped. The cold water hit him like a wall. He came up gasping, laughing, shaking water from his hair.
When he opened his eyes, Emma was right there, treading water beside him. Her hair was wet, her eyes were bright. She was smiling at him, that big, wide, real smile. And something happened inside Lucas that he wasn't ready for.
It wasn't a new feeling, exactly. It was more like a feeling that had always been there, somewhere quiet and hidden, and had just now decided to step into the light.
He didn't say anything. He just smiled back, and they swam back to the dock together, their shoulders almost touching in the warm afternoon water. Chapter 4. The Campfire. That night they built a fire at the edge of the trees. The flames were orange and gold. Sparks floated up into the dark sky, like tiny stars being born and dying in seconds.
Emma sat close to the fire, hugging her knees. She was quiet for a while. Then she began to talk about university, about her plans, about the city she was going to, about the person she wanted to become.
I want to study hard, obviously, but I also want to explore the city. I want to find little cafes and parks. I want to meet people from different countries. I want to feel free. Is that strange?
No, that's not strange at all.
What about you? Are you excited?
I think so. I'm just not in a rush to get there.
Emma tilted her head. Why not?
Because everything after the summer is different. And right now, right here, this is still good. This is still us.
Emma looked at him. Something in his voice had made her stop. She studied his face for a moment, the firelight dancing across it, and then she looked away, back at the flames.
Yeah, this is still us.
She said it softly, like she was holding it carefully, like it was something fragile that she didn't want to break.
Oh, Melissa, I loved the writing there. Something fragile that she didn't want to break. That's so beautiful.
It really is. And listeners, notice the word fragile. It means something that breaks easily, something delicate. It's a wonderful word, and you'll hear it used not just for objects, but for moments and feelings too. Fragile. Keep that one.
Chapter 5. The Rain. 3 days later, it rained. A long, gray, gentle rain that covered the lake in soft ripples and made the whole world smell like earth and green leaves.
Lucas and Emma stayed inside. Emma found an old box of photographs on a shelf in the living room. She brought it to the couch and they sat together, close, going through the pictures one by one.
There they were, 8 years old, holding fish they had caught, 10 years old in silly costumes at a Halloween party, 12 on the dock squinting into the sun, 15, both taller now, still laughing at something only they understood.
Look at us. We were so small.
You had that terrible haircut.
Excuse me, that haircut was very stylish in year 6.
Lucas laughed. Then Emma laughed. And then they kept looking, and eventually they fell into a quiet kind of warmth, Just two people and all their shared years, spread out across their laps in small, faded photographs.
Emma picked up one photo. She was young in it, maybe 7. She was looking at something off to the side, but Lucas, standing right next to her, was looking directly at her. Even then, even at 7 years old.
What were you looking at in this one?
I honestly don't remember.
But the way he said it, it felt like perhaps he did remember, and perhaps it was her. Emma looked up at him then. Their eyes met. A second passed, then 2. Then she smiled, a little shyly, and looked back at the photo.
The rain fell gently outside. Neither of them moved apart.
Chapter 6. The Rowboat. The second to last evening arrived like a quiet warning. The sky turned pink early. The air was warm and still. Lucas asked Emma if she wanted to go out on the water.
They took the old rowboat out to the middle of the lake. Lucas rowed slowly. The oars made a soft rhythm. Dip and pull, dip and pull. The water was smooth and golden in the evening light.
Emma trailed her fingers in the water. She closed her eyes and tilted her face up toward the last warmth of the sun. She looked completely peaceful. She looked completely beautiful.
Lucas stopped rowing. The boat drifted gently. He just watched her for a moment, really watched her, and he felt something rise up in his chest so strongly that it almost frightened him.
Emma opened her eyes. She found him looking at her. She didn't look away. Yes?
Nothing, just I'm really glad we came here this summer.
Me too. She paused. She looked at him more carefully now. Lucas, is there something you want to say to me?
The boat rocked gently. The sun was almost gone now. Lucas opened his mouth, and then he closed it again. He looked at his hands. Not yet.
Emma was quiet. She nodded slowly, softly, as if she understood, as if she had been carrying a question too, and wasn't quite ready to say it out loud either. Okay, not yet.
He picked up the oars. He rowed them slowly back to shore, and between them, in the quiet space of the boat, something remained, unspoken, but entirely there.
Rex, I love that. Not yet. 2 words, and they said so much.
2 words that hold an entire feeling. Listeners, pay attention to that. In English, and really in every language, sometimes the most powerful sentences are the shortest ones.
Chapter 7. The Last Night. The last night arrived. The air was warm and smelled of grass and lake water and wood smoke from distant fires. Above the trees, the first fireworks appeared, slow bursts of gold and silver and red blooming against the dark sky.
Lucas and Emma walked down to the dock. They sat at the very end, their feet hanging over the edge, the fireworks reflected in the still water below them, as if the sky and the lake had become one.
For a while, they just watched. The colors burst and faded, the sounds echoed across the water, and then the fireworks slowed, and the quiet came back.
Lucas took a slow breath. "Emma," said Lucas.
Yeah? Replied Emma.
"I need to tell you something. Something I probably should have said a long time ago, maybe years ago, and I don't want to leave here tomorrow without saying it."
Emma had gone very still. She was looking at him now, fully, completely. Then say it.
"I love you. Not like a friend. I mean, yes, like a friend. You are my best friend in the world, but also more than that. I think I've always loved you more than that. And this summer, being here with you, I couldn't let it end without telling you the truth."
A single firework went up, a last one, alone, and bloomed silently above the lake. Emma didn't speak immediately. She looked at the water, she looked at the reflection of that last flower of light, and then she turned to him.
Lucas, I have been waiting for you to say that for so long. I was so afraid you never would, said Emma.
He stared at her. You knew?
I felt it. I just didn't know if it was real, or if it was just me, or if you were brave enough. She smiled, a small, warm, teasing smile. You were brave enough. Finally.
Lucas laughed, a soft, relieved, joyful laugh, and then Emma laughed too, and they sat there on the dock under the dark summer sky, laughing together in the way that people laughed when something wonderful and long-awaited has finally arrived.
He reached out and took her hand. She let him, and they sat like that, together, fingers intertwined as the last light faded from the sky and the lake held its perfect reflection of the stars.
Tomorrow would come. University would come. New cities, new lives, new distances. But none of that frightened them now, because now they knew they would carry this with them. They would carry each other.
The last summer. It had given them everything.
Oh, Rex, I don't want it to be over.
I know, but you know what? That's what a great story does. It makes you feel that way. It makes you not want to leave.
And that's exactly how Lucas and Emma felt about that summer. They didn't want to leave it, but they didn't have to, because they had each other now, and a whole new chapter waiting ahead.
To our listeners, I hope today's episode gave you something warm to hold on to. You heard so many real English expressions today woven into a real story in real emotional moments. That is the best way to learn a language, through feeling it.
If you want to practice, try this. Think about a memory from your own life, a summer, a friend, a moment you didn't want to end, and try to describe it in English. Just a few sentences, simple ones. That's your homework.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm Rex.
And I'm Melissa. This has been the English Talk Show.
Take care of yourselves. Keep listening, keep learning, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.